Welcome to our channel. Once again, we'll embark on a journey through the peculiar history of Brazilian computing. This time, we'll explore the CP400, the most successful Brazilian clone of the TRS-80 color computer. It's another tale intertwining global influence with Brazil's unique perspective during the protectionist era of the 1980s. The video will be divided into two parts. The first will delve into the history of the TRS-80 color, and the second will dive into the details of the CP400. If you'd like to skip straight to the second part, you can use YouTube's chapter feature or jump directly to the timestamp that's appearing now. The line of microcomputers initiated in the United States by Tandy Radio Shack with the popular TRS-80 model, marketed from 1977 on, garnered enthusiastic followers and imitators worldwide, including in Brazil. Due to its versatility, robustness, and user-friendliness, it became the choice of many Brazilian companies from 1981 onward, serving as the prototype for compatible national machines, such as Dismax D8000 models, Prologica's CP300 and CP500, Digitus's DGT100 and 1000, Systata Jr., among others. However, in the United States itself, the emergence of personal computers much cheaper and more versatile than the early TRS-80s, such as the Texas TI-99, Atari 400 and 800, Commodore 64, etc., compelled Tandy to release a model with reasonable graphic capabilities, in color, targeting the home and entertainment market. This machine's architecture, revolutionary in many respects and initially underestimated by users and Tandy itself, marked a radical departure from the previous line of TRS-80 models based on Zilog Z80 microprocessors. The TRS-80 Color, as it was called, was based on a new chip, featuring an internal architecture of 8 16 bits, the 6809, manufactured by Motorola. This rendered the entire existing software base for the 1 and 3 models incompatible with the Color. Successive improvements made to the basic machine increased the RAM from the initial 4 KB to 32 KB, added a more powerful resident basic interpreter, as well as 5.25-inch floppy disks and a new operating system, FlexDOS. In Brazil, companies like Cotimex and Novo Tempo launched models compatible with the TRS-80 Color in 1983. But they did not make a significant impact on the market. Prologica took a strong stance in this segment, launching its CP400 model in the second half of 1984. The CP400 from Prologica incorporated many of the features of the North American TRS-80 Color, such as a standard 64 KB RAM, and boasted a refined physical appearance designed by an Italian industrial artist. Remaining faithful to the basic philosophy of the TRS-80 Color, the CP400 offered entirely compatible hardware and software characteristics. The standard version of the CP400 comprised a silver plastic console, housing all the electronic components of the CPU, the keyboard, and a side slot for ROM cartridges. If we look at the back of the computer, we'll see that all the outputs are variations of the DIN connector. Starting from the left, we have the RF output with a switch that allows switching between channels 3 and 4. Then the connectors for the two joysticks, serial output, monitor output, which is nothing more than composite video and audio, the cassette connector that allows recording, listening, and controlling the cassette player motor, and finally the power button next to the external power supply input. Here it is. The connector is a DIN connector with only 3 pins. The old, conventional, Brazilian socket. And it is, in fact, a transformer that converts 110 or 220 VAC to 9 VAC. The keyboard is anything but professional. It consists of small keys, easy to press. There was a second version with a keyboard more similar to what we know today. So let's put the power supply here, connect it to the computer, put an old TV here, and let's use our RF connector. Let's connect to the TV. And let's see how the CP400 image looks. I had to change the recording speed and zoom in. I wrote the famous little program, Hello World, but here I put the name of the channel. Let's hit run. Now let's hit break. In addition to using the TV, we can use a monitor with AV input. Here's the adapter I made to use a normal RCA AV cable. Let's improve the light and zoom in, and let's start using a cartridge. This cartridge is Islands, which is actually a clone of the famous Missile Command game. The CP400 joystick is a bit annoying to use because whenever you release it, it returns to the middle. Something we're not very used to. Here's another cartridge as well, Tennis. This one is a bit easier to use.
Here, one player, regular. I didn't play on the difficult setting. You serve, try to catch the ball. I said it was easy, but it's not. I already lost the ball. Now let's connect the recorder cable, but let's connect it directly to the iPad where I downloaded an audio file. A Donkey Kong clone called Donkey King. See load M, which is the command for it to load from audio. It's loading. I'll fast forward because this process is very slow. It takes about 4 to 5 minutes. So here it is finishing. Now let's run the program. And here it is, Donkey King. Here's the gameplay, which is like any other. I'm really bad at the game, as you can see. That's it, folks. I think I've shown everything there is to show about the CP400. Let's not forget to put the cover to protect it. See you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and don't miss it.